Yo, what's the man? It's your boy Fourth Coast Chaos, and we back with another video. You dig? As you can see in the title, is David done? You don't know, well, you about to find out what's going on. We got some crazy allegations going on right now. So let's get right to it, man. We ain't even messing around with it. We can get right on into it. Let's go.
The Emmy Award-winning Arcane. He also had recent collabs with games like Fortnite, as well as potential future collabs. The bigger they are, the harder they fall is a phrase that perfectly describes what happens to a massive creator when their entire reputation comes crashing down overnight. And for David, he wasn't just a massive creator or musician, he was literally on top of the world, with some of his songs being featured in massive shows like Invincible, and even my all-time favorite show, the Emmy Award-winning Arcane. He also had recent collabs with games like Fortnite, as well as potential future collabs with one of the most anticipated movies of all time. However, all of that now potentially means nothing, because over the past week, he's now been dropped by major brands, turned the internet against him, and had to cancel the rest of his tour that he had been on since August, all the while potentially facing criminal charges. So yeah, in the span of a week, his life has completely turned upside down. So let's go in depth and talk about it. So for a quick introduction, this right here is David. He's a popular 20-year-old singer/songwriter who surprisingly started out trying to be a Fortnite YouTuber, which honestly is pretty based. He also did an interview with Benny Blanco, kinda explaining who he is and kinda how he blew up so quickly.
So basically, I played Fortnite from 2017 to 2021. I became a YouTuber. I was playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, all these different type of games to try to become like the biggest next thing, streamer, Kaisenat, everything.
However, as he was making his Fortnite montages, he kept getting copyright for the music that he was using because obviously it wasn't his, and because of that, he couldn't make any money from the videos. And as he was on the phone crying to his mom about it, she told him to start making his own music, therefore he wouldn't get copyrighted. And after that is how his music career really started.
I was like, wait a minute, I could probably do that.
And you never did it before in your life?
Never. I've never touched like a DAW, anything. I played instruments. I was in church choir when I was 13.
Did you sing?
I sang. I couldn't sing, but I sang.
So you just literally only made music so you could make a few more dollars
Exactly.
Okay.
That was it.
So after this, he started making music and going viral on different apps like TikTok and Twitter, gaining thousands of followers and more recognition with every sound and song that he would put out. Because I'm not gonna lie, they were all bangers. Like he made some actual iconic sounds on TikTok. Like this song, for example.
2.2 million views in 2022.
I did not know he made this song. Like this was heat, and I remember listening to this so many times. And knowing that he only made these songs so he could use them in Fortnite montages just adds an extra layer of like relatability to it. He also made some other iconic songs, but you guys get the point. He had his hand in a lot of the iconic songs that people use for TikTok edits, which is a reason why he grew so fast. Because I'm pretty sure within like a year or two of him starting to make music, he was already opening for SZA. So that should tell you just how fast he was blowing up online. But as I stated earlier, he blew up fast, but it seems like he came down even faster. Because although everything seemed to be going right for him, some things weren't right under the surface. And eventually, it would all come out on September 8th of 2025. Now, before we continue, I do want to note that on this day, David was currently on tour somewhere else, and I think if I checked his tour scheduling, it would ping him at Minneapolis during this time period. So the 7th of September was Madison, Wisconsin, and then the 9th of it would be Minneapolis, Minnesota. So yeah, during September 8th, he would either be already in Minneapolis or he will be traveling to it for his show there. So just keep that in mind that when all this is going down, he's not in LA. So on September 8th, while David was currently on tour, apparently his Tesla car was reported as abandoned and therefore it was impounded. And while being on the impound lot, I'm guessing the workers reported a bad smell coming from the vehicle, so they called the police. And after the police was called and they eventually opened the Tesla, they found a partially decomposing corpse of a dead girl, which sounds pretty horrific. Eventually, the car's ownership was traced back to being David's and he was contacted by the police. But as I stated earlier, he was away from home. And after they found the body, he didn't fly home right afterwards because that's what a normal person would do. He told them that he would fully cooperate while he's still on tour.
There was a body found last night in the back of David's car. He's the guy that sings like, in the back of my mind, but there's a body found in the back of his car. Him and his team haven't said anything about it yet, so I'm a little bit concerned. I feel like he's such a good guy, though. I'm so confused. He just seems so wholesome, and he can sing like an angel. Why would he have a body in the back of his car? Why would he do? The thing is, his car was impounded. Like, it was at an impound lot, so it wasn't, like, in his driveway or something. That'd be a little more concerning for his sake. But everyone's immediately saying that David is innocent. Like, oh, yeah, he would never do this. But I don't know. People probably said that about...
So, yeah, when the news first broke, like, a week ago, and it was reported that there was a body in David's car...
Hey, let's pause real quick. People said the same thing about Bill Cosby. R. Kelly. Nah, we knew R. Kelly did that.
In the impound lot, nobody on the internet believed it was actually David's fault. A lot of people, including streamers and YouTubers themselves, were coming to David's defense saying that he couldn't have possibly done it because he's currently on tour and there's no way he could put a body on the impound lot in his car. However, I'm guessing they all skipped over the line that the body was badly decomposed, which meant that it had been there for a while. But you know what? Who cares?
Situation?
With David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
He's not a murderer?
No.
Thank God, bro. Because I was...
Wait, let's stop. I hate to be this guy, but I get it. If you got a genuine relationship with somebody and you feel they're not capable of stuff like that, I get it. But if nothing, history has taught us we can't just be jumping out the window, man. Because these people, we don't know these people, man. You really don't know these people because the person can sing. You don't think they're capable of that? Ask some of the victims of R. Kelly. I'm just saying, like, come on now. And I'm not gonna lie, the most surprising thing of this is that he had an ex-girlfriend. It wasn't a disaster to me, man.
Still gonna listen to his music. I was just worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
No, listen, he didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just escaping the police clutches?
No, and I'm gonna perform. We're gonna perform on the 20th, me and David.
Sus in the ween.
Let me do it. I'll make it. So,
period.
Do you think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer?
Yeah.
Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out?
Can't rule him out.
Damn. No way. No.
You know what I did think was incredibly soft? I don't know if it's
how
true.
do you steal a Tesla though?
Huh? Wait, so you think it is him?
No, I don't
How
think
do you
it's
steal
him.
a Tesla?
I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
That right there is the #1 question. How do you steal a Tesla? Well, according to ChatGPT, it's an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 in difficulty. Because Teslas have different modes, like you need a pen to drive, which I didn't even know of. They have a Sentry mode, and they have a bunch of other safety capabilities, which would make stealing it super hard. Not to mention, Teslas have built-in trackers, so if someone did...
Let's stop. It is virtually impossible to steal a Tesla. Shit, you can't even steal somebody's cell phone no more. You know what I mean? Come on.
Did steal it or take it, you can just instantly track it or call a Tesla company. So I think it's safe to say no one stole his Tesla, but people still thought he was innocent. And in the age of the internet, that's all that really matters. However, that was until they released the identity of the person that was in the back of the Tesla. And well, it turned out to be David's supposed girlfriend.
Then, fast forward to yesterday, and the LAPD identified the body in David's car as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who was reportedly missing from Riverside County in April of 2020.
Whoa. Hold on. So they found a body in his car that happened to be his ex-girlfriend. And that's fucked up. But that ain't even the most fucked up part. Did y'all hear what he just said? 15-year-old. Did I just say he like 20 something? All right, man. Wow.
When she was just 13 years old. Her body was described as severely decomposed, and you had NBC News also reporting that the remains were not intact, and it appeared she had been dead for an extended period of time. Right, and as far as how she was identified, the medical examiner noted that the body had a tattoo on the right index finger saying shh, and a woman claiming to be Celeste's mother contacted TMZ to say she thought it could be her daughter. Right, and then with all that, you had some noting that it appears that David also has a shh tattoo on his finger, and
That's crazy.
From there, TMZ says that they forwarded the information from the mother to LAPD's homicide division.
Well, guys, if there's one sure way to turn the internet and everybody against you in a second, it's doing something with an underage person. It's like the one thing on earth that can unite everybody to hate you. And as more information about David and his relationship with Celeste started to get out, it became quite apparent that he may have been dating her. The only problem is, she may have been like 13 or 14, and he would have been 18 to 19. I should also add that Celeste had been reported missing by her mother for like a year. However, since she had been seen around with David, it wasn't like she had been kidnapped. She most likely had just ran away and started living with David full time. Since Celeste was identified as the person in the back of the
Whoa. We just gonna breeze past that. So they reported her missing, but they found out she was with old boy, and then they just left it alone. Like, so your 13-year-old go missing. You find out she living with a man, because technically he was a man, and nothing happens. And nothing happens to the parents?
Tesla. Tons of people online have now been exposing David by posting pictures of him and Celeste together and posting Discord chat logs. Singer David made a song about a girl named Celeste in December 2023. Baby, I love you. I'm not gonna read these verses, but oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed.
Hold on. We ain't just gonna go by these verses. Let's see. So this is what it's like to not need weed to get me high. I love it when you hold me, when you cry. Just because. I want to make you feel suicidal. These are the kind of thoughts that cross. Just because. But darling, I would love to ease your mind, but you only open up when you get high. If I had money, I would buy us time. Just get by. Just stay high. The girl with my name tattooed on her chest, smell her on clothes like cigarettes. I hear your voice each time I take a breath. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Lord. Put him under the jail, bro. Put him under the jail, man.
Tattooed on her chest, smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. Oh Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed, but you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed. Just an FYI, Celeste would have been 13 here, so let's just hope he was talking about another Celeste in this song, even though he probably wasn't. TMZ confirms that this photo shows Singer David near the area where the victim lived before she disappeared. The user who posted this picture alleges that David was paying people to keep Celeste's age a secret, and it looks like David's like counting money or something to give to these people. And by the way, this also looks bad on the people accepting the money, because all it takes is a couple dollars for you to keep your mouth shut about something very illegal. David was also an avid user on Discord, and apparently there's a lot of people on Twitter now that was in his Discord that's been trying to expose him, like this guy that says been trying to expose David since 2023. And if I click on the screenshots, he has messages that look like they're from 2023 that says he only adds underage girls. I know, right? I'm not joking either. There's also some more insane screenshots that come from this account, who was apparently in the server with David, because David adds everybody and says, I'm in a song crisis right now, and some guy says, drop the one with the missing girl Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Like what? And to prove this guy isn't faking screenshots, he then screen records the Discord and it shows the messages right there. So it's like they were actually talking about this in the server, which is just insane. There's also an insane mega thread that I just stumbled upon that says all proof that David did it, and it's a thread of screenshots and text from the Discord that I'm guessing prove that David actually did it. In some of these screenshots, you can even see that Celeste herself was in the Discord with David. So yeah, this situation so far has been crazy. But what's been even crazier is the backlash. Because if you were to go on TikTok and type in David, there has been at least 1,000 to like 10,000 videos made in the last day or two talking about the situation.
I'm talking about the David situation. Oh, he did that shit. Yeah, lock his up. D4vd, David, yeah, he did that shit. I'm very big on innocent until proven guilty. Nah, it's too much evidence. Yeah, lock his ass up, man. Yeah, don't let him do no more. Yeah, he needs to go in prison for life. It's way too much shit. Nigga name, and I don't like putting shit on niggas like that. I hate shit like that when like somebody could actually be innocent. No, he 1,000% killed a girl. And you know what's crazy? Even if he didn't kill a girl, he was still talking to her and having her, and she was 13. No, lock his ass up. Even if let's say he gets away with the murder, let's say he actually wasn't him that killed her. Let's say on some random universe where whatever, he was still having relations with a girl that's 13 for 14, 15 years old.
So yeah, this situation is very disturbing, and hopefully I'll keep you guys updated to whatever happens next. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see.
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like, what y'all think? I mean, to me, it's an open and shut case. You know what I mean? If you didn't do it, you had something to do with it, or you had somebody to do it for you. Man, that's some sick stuff, man. Hey, all I'm saying, man, is the man who got daughters who now they are young adults, but they got, you know, little nieces and little cousins, everything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect these babies, man. You gotta protect these babies, man. Because you gotta think, if an adult ain't really a full, like, developmentally adult till they like 25, man. This girl was 13. Man. So, and that's around the age for most of us that we start the hormones and, you know, stuff start kicking in. So she ain't acting out of a rational mind. She don't even have she don't have a rational mind yet. So you can't blame no child for this, man. A couple things to me, man, that stuck out is the parents reported her missing, and it was found out that she was running around with the dude David, and they just allowed her to say. To me, that's no better than a lot of those parents in the R. Kelly case, and even though Michael Jackson wasn't convicted, a lot of those parents who just shipped their kids off to Neverland, like, that's crazy to me. Like, you deserve criminal charges as well. Some kind of neglect, something. Child abuse, child endangerment, something. You definitely deserve. I mean, I feel bad that the child is dead and that you got to deal with that. But I want you to take some blame in that. If you're a parent, you got to take some blame in that. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Another thing stuck out to me, man, is how easy it is. A few things stuck out. This ain't even the most crazy, but how easy is it for somebody to get away with this just because you have fame or money, right? So we all, I mean, I don't know if people like to admit it or not, but we all knew of, like, even when you was in high school or middle school, you knew of that girl who was messing with all the older dudes, right? We like, and at the time, as a kid, probably nothing you could do about it, but we all joked about it or made fun of or laughed at the old dudes coming around. But, like, that's a problem, man. That's a real problem. Like, what are we doing? How is it so easy? The biggest thing that stuck out to me, and I don't know how he got away with this. Sir, they find a decomposed body in your car, and you still on tour, and the police cool with that? That's a black dog. So I don't know if y'all seen this boy, heard in his music, and just know a little bit about him, but he definitely one of those industry plant type people. And I think this situation, like, it shows you how powerful they can be and how powerful that really is, because look at what happened. A whole dead body was found in his car, and he was allowed to still be on tour. Oh yeah, yeah, it's cool. Y'all found the body in my car. Well, you know, I'm gonna cooperate, but I'm gonna stay on this tour though. Huh? Now, I know this might sound crazy, but right now you got Diddy locked up for fucking with them, for transporting hoes and fucking with hoes. Basically, is what he locked up for, and he can't get a bond. But Buddy can be out on tour singing to more little young girls, young teenage girls. And after one found dead in his car, decomposed. So you've been there for a long time, you decomposing. That's number one. And she was underage. And we still allowing this dude to go on tour, where I'm sure there'll be more underage girls around. Man, one of the craziest things is that The guy dropped the song called, if I'm not mistaken, Romantic Homicide. Hello? I mean, is it that hard to figure out? Yeah, you did it, buddy. You did it, dog. You did it. And I hope they cook your ass, man. I hope they cook you. I hope they cook you for that girl. I hope they cook you for all the kids that have been messed with by a predator, because that's what you are. You're a predator. You don't talk that little girl. Don't get me wrong. I know some of these little young girls, they hot and fast and ass, but as an adult, it is your job to see that and stay the fuck away from them. Hello? Is this thing on? Man, that's crazy to me. Man, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share, because it's free. Oh, how many times did I say that? It's free, y'all. But anyway, I really want to know y'all drop it in the comment, man. What y'all think about this? Do you think he did it? Is he innocent? Well, it's crazy to me, man. We'll holler at y'all.